Greetings everyone and welcome back to Let's Play BS Zelda no Densetsu. Alright, we've just cleared Dungeon 1, which if you recall from the Oracle of Seasons Let's Play, if you watched that or if you've ever played it, that's called Gnarled Root Dungeon. Now, I'm not exactly sure if it was called that in the original release of this game, but it'll be called that in my heart, because that's just how it goes. Anyway, our next goal is to find Dungeon 2, and that's about it. There's not really much in the way of plot exposition in this game. You have to remember that this is back in the day when plots mainly came from the manual that came with the game, the instruction manual. This was back when instruction manuals were big and they had all kinds of stories in them and everything like that. Nowadays, you pretty much just plug and play. You get all your story from the game. That being said, collecting the first piece of the Triforce makes that heart container there appear on the beach, so we can collect it. We'll actually be coming back to that beach a little bit later in the game as well, because collecting another piece of the Triforce, not the third one, mind you, but a different one, will open up another thing at that beach, and I don't want to spoil it, but it's a dungeon. So there, I spoiled it. Anyway, dungeon number 2 isn't very far, but I'm going to do just a little bit of exploring first, because exploring is kind of fun. Alright, we can buy something, will ya? Alright, we're gonna buy some arrows for our bow. Now we can finally shoot the damn thing. Thanks, game, for giving me an upgrade I had to spend 80 rupees for. Why not just make the bow a buyable thing? I don't get that. Whatever, now that we've bought the arrows, we have infinite arrows. So you have to pay 80 rupees to be able to use arrows, and then you pay 1 rupee per arrow. So I don't know, maybe it's just like an arrow charge. That you have to pay up front, kind of like health insurance, and then we have a deductible that you have to pay into of 1 rupee per arrow. Or something like that! I am droning on about nothing. Alright, watch out for these auras, and we've made a full circle here, as you can see. So, like I said, Dungeon 2 isn't actually very far from the entrance of Dungeon 1. You may notice that the map is pretty small. Some people in the thread were mentioning this. It's smaller than the original game. And you'd be right. The map has actually been shrunk by 50%. It used to be an 8x16 grid, and now it looks to be an 8x8 grid. So, you know, you might be thinking you're missing out on a lot of content. You have to remember that this game, you're not, well, I'll just put it this way, you're not missing out on much. The game is really about the dungeons more than the overworld, anyway. You have to remember that the map is much smaller because this game was played on a broadcast, and you had a limited time to finish it, so they had to make the map a little bit smaller, I think, in order to be able to make it completable. Anyway, killing those Gorias nets us a boomerang. Nice. The boomerang in its initial form will fly about halfway across the room, and it stuns enemies. Pretty cool. It also kills bats in one hit, so we now have a really effective way of clearing out bat infestations, if you will. We can also grab faraway items with it, but we can't grab key items like the compass there, or keys, or maps, or anything else that would be useful. But we can grab bombs and other pickups that way. One of these Stalfos is not like the other. Alright, well I didn't mention it earlier, but here we are, welcome to Dungeon 2. As soon as I get a map, we're gonna see what the letter is. Some people are putting bets down in the thread as to what the dungeons actually spell out, and I'm gonna guarantee you that it's not anything exciting, but you're probably gonna groan once you realize what it spells. So, if you don't want to spoil that on you, don't look it up, because that could be a fun game that you play as we go on. Alright, we have a few gels here guarding the map, and look at that! It's a T with a dot. Alright, S-T. Interesting. Anyway, there's a bombable wall in here. I feel like there should be a bombable wall in here. There's a room right above me. Oh well, whatever. I'll just keep going. Ah, the ropes came back. One of the things about this game is respawning enemies. Now, that is in other Zelda games too, so that normally wouldn't be a very big deal, but a lot of the enemies in this game are pretty difficult when it comes to actually trying to kill them. We're exclusively given a bomb and kind of a clue by the blocks that is a bombable wall there. You're probably hearing that ting noise. That is my shield actually deflecting boomerangs. Pretty handy if you ask me. Alright, we can net that bomb over there. showing off the boomerang's ranged capabilities. Now, we're actually almost done with this dungeon, as you can tell by the Wallmaster room. There is a bombable wall, though, up above me, if I recall correctly. But I'm not going to explore. Actually, what's in there is an old man, and maybe I will explore it. Ho, I had you fooled there, didn't I? Whoa. Alright, yes, it is an old man. Dodongo dislikes smoke. Fuck you, buddy. Alright, so from that guy's hint, you could probably guess what the boss of the dungeon is going to be. Is the Dodongo, and the fact that he dislikes smoke is a very cryptic clue, which basically boils down to you can kill it with bombs. So, that's that. We have to go shove a bomb down a Dodongo's throat. I can't wait to go bomb some Dodongos. There he is right there. Oh, 1 and 2. Yep, that's it. All he takes is 2 bombs. Painfully simple, unfortunately, but that's okay, we'll just deal with it. So we've grabbed our heart container. We have another piece of the Triforce in our possession, and another dungeon under our belts, or sash, I guess if you will, because I'm pretty sure Zelda is not wearing a belt. Probably a little sash around her dress, or something along those lines. Wow, these guys are gonna kill my ending, my send-off. You guys are just all in the way. I hate pea-hats too, by the way. Fuck those guys. Alright, anyway. God damn. Just everywhere. Enemies all over the place. The dungeon is surrounded! Alright. Whatever. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Later.